Zuma Radio, the original greatest hits. Barbara Streisand. She's got a bright career ahead of her, I think.
That girl.
Right?
She's something.
She did okay with that one. Memory, which is, of course, from Cats, which leads us seamlessly, almost as if by design, into the guests that we've got into the studio.
Yes. Welcome to Dan Hoy and McGee Maddox, 2 stars.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here's how big these guys are. Andy stuck around so that he could hang out with these 2 guys. I mean, that's saying something.
Yeah, he's doing the pre-interview.
Okay, let's start off with all that makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, how long does it take what's the prep for the outfits? Because they're skin-tight leotards and the makeup. I'm sorry, I just happened to notice. I mean,
Hashtag me too.
It's a little bit hard to miss it, yeah.
yeah, that's right.
I'm definitely slower with the makeup. So actually, fun fact, every cat does their own makeup. Every single cast member does their own makeup. I usually get to the theater 2 hours beforehand, and it takes me about an hour to put all of the face makeup on.
Holy smokes.
And what about you, McGee?
It used to take me an hour. And once I started figuring out a system of how to come into my dressing room and get it all done and lay everything out, I've got it down to 25 minutes.
Oh, that's fast.
Wow.
Yep.
And that's
I
quite
think
a
the other
costume.
day I came into work late. I thought the show was at 1:30 and it was at 1, and I came in and I went, and I got it done in 15 minutes.
Slapped it on.
I got it done.
I need to know, are you guys cat people? Do you have cats at home?
In real life?
In real
I
life?
grew up with a cat in real life. Yes, his name is Tiger. He is
Oh.
now like 15 or 16. He is fat and he runs the house.
Oh,
Nice.
I feel like that's one of the characters in the show,
It is,
actually.
it
I'm not
is, yes.
mistaken. And what
Like a
about
Buster
you,
for Gus.
McGee? Cat
No,
or dog guy?
Neither at
Oh.
the moment. Animals are fine. But just no cats. I think as a child, my only experience with cats was eating Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
There you
They're
go.
Tony the Tiger.
If you want to know that voice, and maybe you were at the show last night or at the preview the night before, McGee is actually Rum Tum Tugger. He's kind of the. Is it okay to call you the? They're all sexy, but there's the kind of the know-it-all bravado cat who kind of owns it and has the big sort of shoulder thingies. Do you know
I've
what I'm
heard him
saying?
described as like the Mick Jagger cat.
Oh, the Mick
Yeah.
Jagger
The
cat.
David
Okay.
Bowie cat.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feel every night, because in this production, as opposed to some other productions of Cats, the Rum Tum Tugger actually wears like heeled boots. In other production, he wears like this kind of tennis shoe kind of thing. But I've got these boots with these stirrups and spats and stuff, and when I put the makeup on and I have this ginormous I actually feel like Gene Simmons.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Like I
Sure.
just these ginormous boots and
All right.
big
Yes.
coat kind of thing, and the wig. I feel more like Gene Simmons than Mick Jagger, but
Yeah.
I'm dancing like Michael Jackson.
So you are actually larger than life.
I'm curious, for a performer, I mean, so Cats is like, it's the granddaddy of the musicals kind of thing.
Yep.
Is as an actor, because there are so many roles out there, there are so many new productions of various new shows being done, more challenging to do a show that no one has ever heard of and it's premiering, where you kind of get to define the role, or more challenging to be in an iconic production where you know that 90% of the people in the house have seen someone else do it?
I think they have different challenges. I think with something like Cats that is so iconic, you know that the fan base is sort of built in. You know that the material is tried and tested and proven. Where I think some of the challenge comes in is for example, with this production, it's actually a revamping. It is new choreography. It is new lighting design. There are slight variations on the costumes and the props. And so I think a lot of the intimidation in mounting something like this comes through, will people appreciate the new approach to the material, or will they be missing the iconic material that they had before? It's walking a very fine line. And it's one I think that the creative team has done very well. This production was actually choreographed by Andy Blankenbuehler, who you might know from a little known show called Hamilton. No one's ever heard of that. but he was very respectful of a lot of what was like the original iconic material, while still kind of bringing his flair of hip hop and contemporary into the piece.
Oh, yeah, the essence is there from when we saw it here in Toronto. It would have been 30 years ago, right? It was quite a long time ago in the 80s. And it dawned on me while I was watching, was I watching people who've become cats or cats who've become people? It could be either way, right? Because it's all about the different personalities, which in the cat world certainly translate to the real world. So it's a human experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because a lot of the people that come to see the show, a lot of the people that know this show, that love this show, often say that it's very relatable, which is weird because it's a bunch of people in unitards and yak wigs prancing around like cats, and yet, memory happens and people are bawling, and there's something oddly human about the piece.
Well, it's about acceptance, and it's about growing old gracefully and still getting the respect of the group no matter your age, so that's kind of the cool message and all that. Two things. I had a woman next to me who was absolutely bawling through every rendition of Memory. And then as I was walking to the theater last night, I ran into a family of 5, 3 kids and 2 adults, and they wanted to know where the Princess of Wales Theatre was. And I said, oh, it's just down the street. And I said, first time to Toronto? They said, yes, we just flew in from Edmonton. And I said, oh, you're here to visit family? And she goes, no, we're here to see cats.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty incredible. And they're kids who were girls and all under the age of 10. They knew the soundtrack. So you don't have to be an older person or someone who's seen it 30 years ago to get it and love it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's honestly one of my favorite things about doing the show, both across the U.S. and then up here in Canada as well, is meeting all of the families where the parents, the adults, grew up and loved this show, and now they're getting the opportunity to show their children. I mean, it's a multi-generational piece, and it really has shown that it has so much staying power. It is sold very, very well. It has been very, very well received. And I'm just so grateful that we've been given this opportunity to be able to share this piece.
We want to give the opportunity to share this piece with somebody that's listening as we speak. So, first of all, I want to tell you that the show is on until January the 5th, Princess Wales Theatre, Mirvish.com if you want to buy tickets. Mirvish.com for tickets, right? Yes.
Okay. So Randy is right now signaling to me and saying 4 tickets or 4 pairs, Randy. I don't want to put you on the spot. 4 tickets? 4 tickets, so you can do it. Okay, let's do 2 pairs of tickets then to see cats. How's that?
Easy.
Wow, so generous.
No, holy Sam, what you want to say is meow.
Yeah, meow. That is perfect. Yeah. Okay, enough. I'm sorry.
Now you're freaking me out a little bit.
I'm sorry.
416-360-0740. That's the phone number. Caller number 7 and caller number 4.
Do it.
That's what I think. Guys, thanks for coming. And best of luck with the show.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Interview.
Yes, it was a rich interview. We're still on the air, Randy.
Okay. But we will take your compliments anytime.
I love Randy from Mirvish.
Yeah. He's only been in the room for 100 of these. All right, fine. Toronto traffic time. Let's see what's going on right now. Good morning to you, Stefan.
Good morning, folks. Tracking a couple of trouble spots on the highways right now. 401 West